How does music affect your brain? Music doesn't just sound good. It rewires your brain while you listen, from emotional triggers to memory boosts. Find out how your brain processes music and why it's powerful therapy for the mind. You turn up the volume on your favorite song and let the rhythm move you. Music can make you feel a million different ways without ever saying a word. And when it does that, it's affecting your brain in some serious ways. It can trigger memories, stir up emotions, and even help you focus. So what exactly is going on inside your head when you listen to music? Let's take a deep dive into how music affects your brain. Your brain on music. Before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Thanks for being here. The first time you hear a new song, your brain has to process everything all at once. What notes does it include? Instruments are playing. Where is the beat? Once it's familiarized itself with all of these elements, it can store the song away for future listens. But that's only half of what's happening. At the same time, your brain is also processing the lyrics, which can trigger memories and emotions depending on what the song is about. And then there's the melody. Research shows that your brain's reward circuit, which includes the ventral tegmental area and the nucleus accumbens, lights up when you hear something you recognize. Whether it's a well-known song or a favorite instrument, this is the same circuit that activates when you take drugs like cocaine. Why? Because music, like drugs, floods your brain with dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. In fact, music affects a lot of the same regions of your brain that do drugs, including the prefrontal cortex, which plays a role in decision making and impulse control, the insula, which is involved in risk-taking behavior, and the cerebellum, which helps regulate emotion. The more you listen to a song, the more these circuits are activated, and the stronger the emotional response becomes. That explains why you might find yourself tearing up in your car after hearing a breakup song or belting out show tunes from your favorite musicals while doing the dishes. Music affects your limbic system, which is responsible for processing emotion, motivation, and memory. And that's not all. Music also impacts your midbrain, which controls basic functions like breathing and heart rate, and your cerebral cortex, which is involved in rational thought and language. Why do you love certain songs? You might have a soft spot for a particular song because of a significant memory attached to it. Maybe it reminds you of a special night out with friends or the first time you heard it. These types of memories are called episodic memories because they involve personal experiences. Music can also evoke semantic memories, or memories of facts and concepts. Hearing a song from your childhood might bring back memories of the time period. Maybe you remember playing the song on an old cassette tape player. Research shows that music has the ability to access both types of long-term memory, and that's why it can be such a powerful tool for bringing back the past. Music through the ages. Children respond differently to music than adults. Babies as young as 6 months old will turn their heads toward the source of a musical sound and remain still as they listen to it. As children grow, they develop preferences for certain types of music. And by age 2, they can tell the difference between sounds that are in tune and those that are out of tune. Music can also impact brain development. Kids who play an instrument actually increase the amount of gray matter in their brains. Gray matter is important for things like attention and memory. In addition, kids who play an instrument tend to have higher IQs. A study found that kids who played a musical instrument scored higher on tests of verbal and visual intelligence than those who did unplay an instrument. Music lessons can also help children develop motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and discipline. That's why so many schools offer music classes. As we get older, our tastes in music change. What was once considered the hottest track becomes yesterday's news. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Research shows that people's music preferences change as their brains change. When you're younger, you prefer songs with higher tempos, but as you get older, you gravitate more toward slower songs. Now, this doesn't apply to everyone. Some people stick with the same music throughout their entire lives. If you prefer classical music over pop music, you may have inherited that preference from your parents. Research suggests that genetics play a role in shaping your music preferences. Studies have found that if one identical twin prefers classical music, the other twin is likely to prefer it too. But environmental factors can also influence what you like to listen to. For example, if you grew up listening to Mozart, you may develop a fondness for classical music. Even though you're an adult now, your brain still craves the familiarity of what you were exposed to when you were younger. Is it possible to be addicted to music? Listening to music can be highly pleasurable, especially if you're really into the artist or the genre. That's because music activates the reward pathway in your brain, which is the same pathway that's affected by drugs like cocaine. But just because something feels good doesn't mean it's addictive. Addiction is a complex disease that involves changes in your brain chemistry. While some people can become addicted to music, it's more common for people to become addicted to the emotions music evokes, such as nostalgia or excitement. Music addiction is real, and it usually comes in the form of obsessive listening. This means that a person spends a lot of time thinking about music or listening to it. Sometimes this can interfere with daily activities or responsibilities. If you think you might be addicted to music, it's important to talk to a doctor. There are treatment options available to help you stop listening compulsively. How does music affect your mood? Music can have a profound effect on your mood. In fact, people use music to self-medicate for emotional problems. For example, you may turn up your favorite sad songs when you're feeling depressed or listen to upbeat tunes to improve your mood. Music can also be used as a coping mechanism to deal with stress and anxiety. When you listen to music, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter that makes you feel good. This can help improve your mood and reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. Music can also be a distraction from negative thoughts. When you're focused on a piece of music, it can be hard to think about other things, whether they're good or bad. This can be helpful when you're feeling down because it gives your brain a break from negative thoughts. Music therapy. Music therapy is the clinical and evidence-based use of music to address physical, emotional, cognitive, and social needs of a person. Music therapists are trained to use music to help people with a variety of conditions, including depression, anxiety, PTSD, autism spectrum disorder, and dementia. Music therapy can be used in a variety of settings, including hospitals, clinics, schools, and private practices. During a music therapy session, a therapist may ask a person to listen to music, compose music, or sing. The therapist may also ask a person to move to music or play an instrument. Music therapy can also be used in groups. In fact, group music therapy has been shown to be effective in treating a variety of mental health conditions. Group music therapy can help people build social skills, improve communication skills, and learn how to work together. Which genres are best for you? Different genres of music can affect your mood in different ways. Upbeat music with a fast tempo can make you feel energized and happy. This can be motivating and help you focus on tasks. Calming music with a slow tempo can help you relax and reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. Sad music may help you process difficult emotions. But it's important not to listen to sad music if you're already feeling down. In general, it's a good idea to listen to music that you enjoy and that makes you feel good. That's because music can be a powerful tool for improving your mood and reducing stress. Just be careful not to listen to music that's too loud or that makes you feel bad. So the next time you put on your headphones and let the music take over, take a moment to appreciate the amazing power of music. Music has the ability to affect us in so many ways, from the way we feel to the way we think. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the music. How does music affect you? Do you have a go-to song when you need to boost your mood? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.